It's live. Hope you guys are having a great weekend so far. Just about to go live on Facebook here and Instagram. There was a lot of resistance showing up today. In hindsight, I should have done this early in the morning when I had a little bit more mental capacity. It's been a really long day. Don't want to make excuses, but I really wanted to show up, and I think these are the days that really matter. Showing up when you don't want to, And I think I don't know, I feel like it's coming back to the same thing, just sharing my thoughts. One of the reasons why it's harder to show up is when you feel like you're not getting as much back, especially I'm thinking like on Saturday night, who would want to join in on this one? But again, I'm not doing it for anyone else. I'm doing it for me. This is my daily journal. I'm going to recap for you a few things, recap what happened yesterday and events for today. Yesterday, Hang and I were talking about one of her clients that has kind of fallen off. And when Hang had the initial conversation with her, it was a really good call, really transformative call, and they're very optimistic about making a change. And she was very hopeful that her partner might actually want to jump on board as well. And but she said, you know what, I'm going to start first. So she invested, she paid for the program up front, and he was going to join. And then he was kind of, she sent his details over to me. I messaged him. He was kind of like fluffy about things. I messaged him. It will take like a couple of days to respond. A few weeks later, he was like, oh, I'm sorry for the slow reply. I think I'm just going to take a different direction, which is like fair enough. And so he obviously didn't see the value that she invested in. And as a result, now what we're seeing is that she's fallen off track. And I believe, make an assumption here, but from my experience and from what we see, the influence of a partner has a very big impact. So the way that I'm imagining the situation is she was very hopeful for the idea that things could change. She would like him to be involved in the journey. It's only going to make the likelihood of her actually succeeding even higher because you support each other. And then he, for whatever reason, because he wasn't on a call with us, probably thinks, it's probably not worth it. I might want to try it a different way. And there's that doubt. And then she's kind of alone. And then, there's going to be ups and downs. And when there's downs, maybe he wasn't there to actually really support her through it. And then she kind of like, it just reaffirms the thought in her mind that maybe it wasn't a good idea, and it kind of spirals down. And he's like, I knew it. See, that's why I didn't want to invest in it because, you're not getting any results back. So it's really frustrating. Not for us, but it's frustrating for them because we see it all the time, the impact that the partner has on the other person. And sometimes the other person they're not as hungry to actually be better, and it influences the other person's decision. And Hang and I were like that when we first met. I wanted to go to the gym, and then I'd she'd want to eat, and it was vice versa the other way around. And I want to go gym, she'd want to go gym, I want to eat. And during that time, we were just wanting to spend time with each other, so we weren't really pushing each other to grow. And I think the really successful relationships are the ones that the other person pushes you to grow. So yeah, I think in that situation, I just told Hang, we just need to send her a voice note, say that we're able to recognize these things. If she's fallen off, she's fallen off. But I think it's our duty to actually do what we can to help her understand the situation and help her dig into that internal resource that allows her to want to commit to herself. Because we want our clients to get results. We don't want them to just invest and kind of not get results. So that's one thing. Just sharing with you, that's the reality. We do have people that, our one-to-one coaching isn't cheap. We have people that invest in it and then just don't do anything at all. Now, hypothetically, it was $1 million on the line. They'd probably make different decisions. So that's why the investment is the way it is. It's to help people stay committed so they can invest in themselves. But otherwise, Friday was a really productive day. I got a lot of everything done, a little bit of everything done. And I think the biggest change I made was really being productive within the 15 to 30 minute blocks of time throughout the day. Sometimes you have a meeting in half an hour and you kind of just sit around for the next half an hour just not really doing anything. I was just going downstairs in the office, sitting here, making sure that I'm actually capitalizing on every 5, 10 minute, 15, 30 minute blocks and trying to get as much work done as possible. And I think that started to stack up and really start to compound. So that I was really proud of, and I got a lot done. I made a lot of progress. And then building modules, again, it's just starting to feel really overwhelming, and it's a lot of self-doubt, thinking is this going to be good enough? Is this as comprehensive as we want it to be? Am I overthinking it? It's just part of the process, and it's really about just going through. So I've drafted a big chunk of it. I'm going to ask Hang to sit down with me, kind of review, go through it, get her opinion on it. I might get Coach Nam's opinion on it as well. And then once we're actually okay, we're happy with the way it is, I'll go out and I'll start recording it. I think recording is the easiest part. The part I'm dreading most is also turning into a PowerPoint as well. I don't know how long that's going to take, but the actual, what theoretically takes the longest is actually the planning and creating of the content and creating the syllabus and the program, the course. I'm doing that right now. I'm scripting it. It's got to put into a spreadsheet, put into a PowerPoint and go out. So I'm hoping that we can actually launch Achieve DIY within the next 2 weeks. That would be an awesome goal if we can actually launch it. I want to really go in overdrive. We have a lot going on. I need to script up the next 15 pieces of reels as well. So I'm actually feeling like I'm productive and I'm busy and I'm low on resources, which is good because months ago I felt like I was just busy, but I wasn't getting that much work done. I wasn't doing things that was moving the needle forward. In terms of content's moving forward in the right direction. Instagram's starting to pick up traction. TikTok's also starting to pick up as well. One of my reels has done quite well. It's at like 70k views at the moment. Gained around 200 followers on TikTok over the last week. So yeah, it's one of the reasons why I hadn't been on TikTok earlier is I'm not really a fan of the platform. I'm not really a fan of the type of content that's actually on it. And I reckon the Chinese government's just spying on us. So that's that. But otherwise, we are feeling feelings of self-doubt at the moment. It's part of the process. It's part of the growing. And, when I was looking at our client CRM at the moment with our existing clients, we have quite a few of them that are currently like 70, 80, 90% through, which means that within the next few weeks, they're going to graduate. And so we're going to have less clients than what we have at the moment on our roster. And like, that's really a byproduct of the last 2 months. The work that wasn't done over the last 2 months determines the results that we have. And we've had 2 slow months. And so that starts to pick up. But then also it gives us something to look forward to. It means more time and bandwidth so we can focus on building Achieve DIY, building the community there. I think we're going to get quite a few people into the community because it's such great value. It's so low value. So it's low cost, high value. Launching that soon. I'm really excited. Hang and I've been using the app, Everfit. We love it. And our training has been super incredible over the last 2 days compared to what it's been over the last few months. We've been progressively getting better and increasing the intensity and really pushing harder, but having that app just takes away all the thinking. I don't have to use a spreadsheet, zoom in, zoom out. What did I do here? What did I do? Look at the app. It's just so easy. I just click next and then there's a timer right after it. It just counts down the timer. I go over to Hang, I support her. And then once the timer's done, I go back to mine and I just send it and I just go through. Don't have to think about it. So I focus my mental energy on the exercises and really pushing as opposed to thinking what I need to do and zooming in and out and all that. And so at the end of the week, I'm just gonna have to fill that into the spreadsheet, but I'm really enjoying using the app. And I think the clients are also gonna use it as well. It's something that I'm actually wanting to use. So I'm sure they're gonna feel the same. Well, today, busy day. Started off the day, Hang and I went to donate blood. It's my 13th time donating. And so we donate every 3 months. We just get it automatically booked. They send us a notification the week before and we just go and we just do it. Takes like 30 minutes. And then we went to, we had a training session with one of my clients who's actually competing at the end of this year. He's a business owner. Very excited for him to actually compete. And so we had a training session and then we did a posing session and I think he's going to love it. It's a great experience. And I think when it comes to posing, everyone has their own style. And what I want to help inspire him is create his own style, create his own flavor. That way he gets to represent a look that he really enjoys being on stage, as opposed to just what I tell him, what my taste. I want him to develop his own kind of style. And we talk about confidence. The confidence that you feel on stage is really a byproduct of the work that you put in. And it's not just the cardio or the workouts, but it's actually a byproduct of everything else that's not related to fitness as well. Because, for example, if you have bad posture and you're someone that just doesn't care, that always does a bare minimum, that's going to show up on stage because it shows in the way that you present your body. And if your body is not, you don't have good posture and it's like it's closed off, it's going to be much harder for you to get into certain positions. And then it's going to translate in the way how accurate you are with your nutrition. It translates in and how consistent you are with your training, the effort and all that and all the effort that you put in. And so the end result is someone that's unconfident in themselves because they know that they've left so many stones unturned. While someone that has made sure they've ticked off every single box, has been super meticulous with everything, and they exercise that attention to detail. They look after themselves, they stretch, they focus in their posture. When they step on stage, you can see it. You can see it resonate in the way that they stand and present themselves and the way that they move their body. And that's what I want to help him create. I want to create the best version of himself. I'm very excited to compete 2025. I've learned a lot over the first 2 shows. I've made enough mistakes, and I'm here to actually do everything right. And yeah, very excited for Andrew to compete. After once we finished that posing session, went home. We're supposed to have a discovery call. There was a no-show. Operational, I think that was our fault. Right now, our text messages are being sent from a US number and an Australian number. The reason why we have a US number is we have to have this A2P compliance to send text messages in America. Otherwise, it gets marked as spam. And in our system, I wasn't aware that there was a capability to send to either Australia to both Australia and US numbers. So we just by default sent all our text messages from US number, which means Australian clients can't respond to that for some reason. But we found out today that there might be something that we can do on the back end. So I've actually troubleshoot that with our tech team. Again, just a small operational thing, but it'll be really good if we can send text messages from US number to US number and from Australian number to Australian number. So operationally, that will be a great step forward. Then we played some table tennis. I didn't get to do any work today. Any work that I really wanted today, which was a bit of a letdown. However, I did have a productive day on other things. So, and at the end, it is a Saturday. If I'm exchanging 6.5 days productive, or maybe 6 days productive in exchange for 1 day off, it's not a bad thing. And I was contemplating whether I should do work right now, and it's 9 o'clock, and I feel like having that mindset where I don't have that, even if it's just a couple hours, a bit of a breather, I feel like it's going to lead to burnout, So Sunday tomorrow is a good opportunity for us to lock everything down. Sunday is kind of like a Monday, really. And I think I'm just going to wrap up for the night, hang out with Hang for a bit, hang out with Crunchy, maybe play some Minecraft. Hang out, I've been playing Minecraft. We only play on Friday and Saturday, a bit on Friday, a bit on Saturday, and we try to limit to like 1 or 2 hour sessions just to get our mind off work, and I think it's what F1 drivers, they're actually forced to have like hobbies outside F1, because if you're just driving all day, it becomes so monotonous and tedious, and you think in the same patterns, and you think really small and closed-minded, and so just doing different things allows you to kind of see things a little bit differently. So that's it. I'm actually glad that I showed up. This is a shorter one, but I'm just wanted to really tick off that box to say that I'm here and I'm present, that I'm proud. But otherwise, that's it. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Peace.